Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to discuss an intriguing topic, the significance of having few or no friends and what this reveals about a person from a Stoic point of view. Friendships are important to many, but a lack of them can sometimes raise eyebrows. Does it indicate a flaw in character, or is there a deeper meaning behind it? Through the lens of Stoicism, we'll explore how to interpret this situation and whether having fewer friends is really something negative, or could it actually be a sign of wisdom and independence? Let's dive into the Stoic wisdom surrounding friendship, solitude, and self-sufficiency. 1. The Stoic view on friendship. In Stoicism, friendships are considered valuable, but not in the way we often think today. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius both viewed friendships as a means to pursue virtue, rather than as a way to simply enjoy companionship or popularity. Stoics believe that true friendship is rooted in mutual moral support and personal growth. So, from a Stoic perspective, having fewer friends doesn't necessarily indicate that something is wrong. Instead, it might suggest that a person is selective in their relationships, choosing quality over quantity. 2. Virtue as the foundation for relationships. One of the core principles in Stoicism is that virtue should guide all our decisions, including the people we surround ourselves with. Seneca believed that only relationships based on shared virtues and values were worth having. In this sense, if someone has a lack of friends, it could be because they refuse to compromise on their values or associate with those who do not help them live a virtuous life. This selectiveness might be misinterpreted by others as social isolation, but it could actually be a sign of someone who holds themselves and others to high ethical standards. 3. Self-sufficiency and the role of solitude. The Stoics placed a high value on self-sufficiency. According to Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, a wise person is someone who can find contentment within themselves without relying on external validation or the presence of others. For Stoics, solitude isn't something to be feared but embraced. If someone has few friends, it could indicate that they have learned the art of being comfortable with themselves. They may not seek out friends simply to fill a void, but instead are content with their own company and personal growth. 4. Misinterpreting loneliness. One of the most common misconceptions is that a lack of friends automatically equates to loneliness or social failure. In modern society, we often associate large social circles with success and happiness. But Stoicism encourages us to see beyond these superficial measures. A Stoic person may have fewer friends because they seek genuine connection, not just social activity for the sake of it. For Stoics, loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected from oneself. True Stoic solitude is peaceful and enriching, as it allows time for self-reflection and inner growth. 5. The risk of toxic relationships. Another reason someone might have fewer friends is that they avoid toxic or unhealthy relationships. The Stoics advise us to be mindful of the people we allow into our lives. Seneca warned against being too eager to form friendships with those who lack virtue or who might steer us away from our moral compass. Avoiding these types of relationships may result in fewer social connections, but it also means that the relationships a person does maintain are far more meaningful and positive. 6. Prioritizing personal growth over social approval. A person with few friends might be focusing more on their personal development than on social approval. Stoicism teaches us to avoid being overly concerned with what others think. Instead of chasing social validation or popularity, a true Stoic is focused on becoming the best version of themselves. In this way, a lack of friends might be the result of someone prioritizing their own personal growth and not succumbing to the pressure to conform to societal expectations of socializing and popularity. 7. The courage to be different. In many cases, those with fewer friends are people who have chosen to walk their own path, sometimes a difficult one. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the courage it takes to live according to one's own values, even when it sets you apart from others. Those who are true to themselves may find it harder to connect with large groups, but that's because they prioritize authenticity over fitting in. The Stoic principle of courage means having the strength to stand alone when necessary, without feeling pressured to seek friendships simply to feel accepted. 8. The power of a few true friends. The Stoics would argue that having a few true friends is far more valuable than having many acquaintances. A person with fewer friends might have a more profound and deeper connection with the few people they are close to. Epictetus emphasized the importance of quality relationships, where mutual respect and virtue are central. In Stoicism, fewer but stronger friendships are seen as more meaningful, as they contribute to a person's personal growth and moral development. 9. The wisdom in solitude. Solitude is often where some of the greatest wisdom emerges. When you're alone, you have the space to think clearly and deeply about life, to engage in self-reflection, and to cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself. The Stoics valued solitude as a time for introspection and for developing inner resilience. A person with fewer social ties may spend more time in solitude, but this can be a time of great intellectual and emotional growth. Instead of fearing solitude, Stoics embrace it as an opportunity to become wiser. 10. Avoiding superficial connections. In a world where many people seek out relationships for shallow reasons, status, convenience, or ego, those who follow Stoic principles avoid superficial connections. A lack of friends might mean that a person refuses to engage in relationships that don't align with their core values or that lack depth. This Stoic approach to friendship emphasizes the importance of authentic connections, where mutual respect, shared values, and genuine care take precedence over mere social convenience. 11. The importance of inner peace. Stoicism teaches us that true peace comes from within. A person who lacks friends might still possess a deep sense of inner peace and fulfillment, because they are not dependent on others for their happiness. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we should look inward for tranquility, rather than seeking it in external things. Those who have fewer friends might have cultivated this inner peace, finding contentment in their own journey, rather than in constant social interaction. 12. The wisdom of fewer words. Stoicism values careful speech and meaningful conversations over idle chatter. Sometimes, those with fewer friends might simply speak less because they prioritize deep, meaningful exchanges. Marcus Aurelius often advised keeping one's words thoughtful and few, and many people who follow Stoicism avoid unnecessary socializing. In this case, fewer friends might mean that a person prefers quality conversations and thoughtful exchanges over superficial small talk. Conclusion? In conclusion, a lack of friends doesn't necessarily indicate something negative about a person. In fact, from a Stoic perspective, it can reveal strength, independence, and a commitment to virtue. Having fewer friends may mean that someone prioritizes quality over quantity, embraces solitude for personal growth, and refuses to compromise on their values. It's not about social failure, but about living a life that is true to oneself and guided by Stoic wisdom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration into Stoicism and friendship, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more insights into how this ancient philosophy can transform your life. Remember, your worth is not measured by the number of friends you have, but by the quality of your character.